All right, so let's keep on adding in some features to this AI video generator application. I think the last thing we did was we added in like this credit placeholder, and then additionally we added in the ability to like mock out what's actually generated. So it just kind of uses like a placeholder video. So what I want to do is I want to make the credits actually decrement when someone creates a video. So that's the first thing we could try to plan out. So let's go over to cursor. I'm going to go to plan mode. We are going to be using Composer too fast for a lot of the work we do in this video. And I will say, when we generate a video, I want you to verify and decrement the credits of a user. I'm not sure if we have the credit system hooked up to a user yet. You need to probably modify the user table or have a separate table where we can actually grant credits to users. Eventually, when they have Stripe, they can buy credits and those will get added to their account. And then when they try to generate videos, we need to verify they have enough credits. Right now, just use 1 credit per video and then decrement it and then throw an error if they don't have enough credits. And then if any errors occur during this whole process, we want to make sure that we refund the credits back to the user. But additionally, we want to have a hard cap on how many times we can refund in case there's like a fundamental system issue and a user keeps on generating videos over and over again. We don't want to just burn through all of our money. So make sure you do have like a stopgap of the max amount of credits we can refund per pay period. Okay, so that's a pretty big prompt, but I do think that's enough to at least plan something out. Okay, so adding some information about like the refunds and how many refunds we've done. Credits per video is 1. Credit refund cap per user per month set to 50. Initial sign up credits for dev only. Okay, so let's kind of read through the flow. We generate a video and then we verify that the user has enough credits. It's probably just going to do like a decrement inside of a transaction. And if it doesn't have enough, it'll probably just like early exit out. And then it should run this whole process, et cetera, et cetera. If there's a failure, it should refund the credits. Okay, so yeah, so a lot of times I don't read through the whole plan. I would rather just see the code changes. So like I'll just build this out and then we can look at what actually changed in the code to get a better understanding of what it implemented. And then I'll iterate on that if it didn't really do what I wanted. So at the very least, let's look at the schema changes. So it's adding a credit balance to the user, which is kind of what we saw in the plan. And it's creating a SQL migration script for this, which is pretty good. I guess I haven't actually created a migration file yet, so I think it's kind of doing those. That's good. Let's go through the credit transaction. So it's trying to create a credit transaction table, linking it to the user, the amount, kind, run, ID. I think this is just tracking when credits were granted to a user. So I'm not really sure if we need that, but I'll keep it. So it looks like it's updating the generation table, again, which is tracking like the video that you're generating and how many credits that it charged and if they got refunded. Let's go over here, credit transactions, generate function. Let's look at this. So this is the main function, is actually like generating the video. It's trying to get how many credits are per video. It looks like it's just defaulting to 1, which is good. I'm going to default this to 5. Like we should only refund 5. If there's more than 5 in a month, there's something wrong with our system and we should probably go and like, block everything. Because again, like if something goes wrong in your system or the downstream video generation process and people keep on retrying over and over again, they could retry like 20 times in one night. And that's going to burn through like $100 of your video generation on your account key. So you do want to kind of like find the balance of like a good user experience. And if something were to go wrong, just give them a refund. Okay, so let's see. Cost is credit cost. I wonder why the status got deleted. Let's go here and look at this. Maybe it's just hard coding status now. All right, so let's look at the debit for generation. So basically when we try to generate a new video, we first get all their credits. It looks like we put a lock on the user table and then we check to make sure they have enough credits and then we will update it. And if something were to change their credits between this time period, I believe the transaction would fail and then you have to basically retry this, right? So we're going to insert into credit transactions so we can track that a user used 1 credit with this run. I don't really know if this is necessary, honestly. This seems like a little bit overkill because we already know a credit transaction happened. So I may actually just prompt it here. I actually don't want to track a credit transaction table. It seems kind of silly. We know that if the video is trying to be generated, we know how many credits were used to generate that. We also don't need to track credits charged on the generation table because we assume that it's just going to be whatever the environment variable will set. Seems kind of unnecessary. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just like reprompt that. Now that we're kind of gathering more information about how this is being implemented, we're finding different ways of like, okay, can we make this a little bit simpler? Sometimes AI will do a little bit too much complex stuff unless you fully guide it. Okay, looks like that's done. I want to go and check out the generate function again to see where it's refunding. So it's going to debit those. If this were to fail at any point, it's just going to throw an error and the user will see that. And then it's going to try to create the run. For ADP quality, I'm not sure why that's hard coded, but we'll have to come back and fix that. Refund, try refund generate failure. So if any failure happens during this, that's when we set the error on the run status. Okay. Let's see, refund generate failure. So this will refund the user. We also have another try catch here. If like we couldn't refund it, we JSON stringify this error and print it out. Okay. I guess I'm okay with that. So overall, let's just try this out. We should now be able to see the credits. I want to make sure we actually show the right credits there. So I'm actually going to take a screenshot. Make sure we display the proper credits attached to the user's table inside of the UI in the bottom left where we show these credits. And hopefully that'll make a new TanStack query endpoint where it can fetch that data, or like an API endpoint or something. But overall, these changes seem pretty good, other than it's making two separate migration scripts for adding the transactions and deleting them. We could probably simplify that and just convert it down into one. All right, let's refresh here, and we see 0 credits down there, and we should be able to hopefully, what is this buffer not defined error? I think this is an actual issue with how we're doing the fetching somewhere. I'm seeing this error now in the UI. This is typically when you're not properly using a TanStack server function and you're like calling a database query directly in the server rendering function. Okay, let me close all these. I mean, it's definitely, I think, in the dashboard shell. Credit balance is probably trying to fetch that in a loader somewhere. I'm not really sure where that's coming from, actually. Let's just go here. Look at this. Credit balance is coming from here. Loader credit balance. Loader data. Here's a loader. Get my credit balance. It should be fixed now, but I think before it was trying to like probably do something improper. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and load up SQL over here, and we're gonna go to their users table, and we're gonna find the one we're logged in as and just say like 20. I want to Command S it to save it, and then we should, if I refresh, it should show 20 there. Let's try to create a video. Again, it's just using mock data. The credits get decremented. I want to make sure that also, if it's 0, I can't create a video. Insufficient credits, add credits to the usage and try again. Okay, so this is working fine. Go back and I will just save that. All right, a little bit of cleanup though. I don't 100% like all the code. I'm going to go ahead and just say, this is good, but now we have 2 separate migration scripts. Can you delete them and then rerun db generate so we just have one initial set of migration scripts for this change? Okay, go ahead and add those though, because this is a working state, so I do like to add this stuff first, and then we'll see how it kind of fixes that up. Basically, it should just delete these files and then rerun db generate, hopefully. Okay, let's go ahead and look at these. So now we should only have one SQL statement with all the tables created, because I haven't ran those before, so I think we should be good now. Yeah, so this is good. We can just go ahead and say adding a real credit system. I'll commit those, sync them up. Now, the next thing I want to work on is I want the ability to get all the assets related to a video. Because right now, like, we get the video, it has the transcripts already in it. The captions, I guess you could say, already in it. But what if you just want the raw video without the captions? What if you also just want the captions separately, right? There's certain files that we created when we're making the video. So when we generate a video, I want the user to also have access to download whatever files that we have that could help them manually attach captions to the video. Additionally, I want them to have access to the video before we embedded the captions into the video. So they should have another option to just download the plain video assets, so that then they can load it into their own video editing software in the future if they want to customize it. I'm going to do a plan mode, and I'm going to remind it. Remember that we should make this support for the local mock mode and also when it's actually deployed using the production stuff. I do think we have like a mock that just copies stuff over. If using mock mode, you can look at some of the runs we currently have and just pull over whatever files that you need and put them in the fixtures folder. All right, so let's just do that. And what I mean by that is, like, if you were to go and look at the runs that we have, I think in the output directory, there's like a bunch of SRT and ASS files. There's audio.mp3, which I should probably also verify that it pulls over the audio mp3. All right, let's see what it's doing. So segment mp4 is concat temp, the stitch one CRT, ASS, the final core pipeline. I just want to see what it should have access to. So we have plain video, the captions SRT and ASS, and then optional transcript TXT helps manual captioning. Okay, so it has all these stuff that are kind of necessary. Let's just go ahead and build this one out too. All right, so that's done. Let's just go ahead and make a new video here. I'll click generate to do these placeholder things, and then we should see, oh, here we go. Export for editing, plain video. And if I watch it, I mean, this is just going to be the actual video. Let's see.
You check the window at night.
Yeah, this also has the transcripts. But again, we're mocking this stuff out. So subtitles, let's make sure these actually load. Now, in terms of, this is kind of hidden at the bottom. I think I would actually have the user experience have something up here. So it's like a little bit more obvious. Because I didn't even know that that was there. So I might actually prompt it a little bit. This is good, but in terms of user experience, can you reanalyze if putting the transcript download links at the bottom but underneath the video is the best place to put it? Now, this is a technique I like to do. I don't tell it what to do. I question it. I say, hey, is this the best place to put it? And then it's either going to say yes, it is, or it's going to say no, and it's going to find a different place to put it. Now, I haven't tried this type of approach with Composer 2. I don't know how good it is with like user experience, but it's going to say merging the video and the export into one card so downloads sit directly under the player. Yeah, we'll see what this does. Now, I kind of wish I added that before I kick that one off, in case it doesn't do a good job, but let's see. Go back over here. Download for editing. Yeah, this looks a little bit better, I would say. I guess this is fine having it down here. I will say having a download for the actual video would be useful instead of having to click on this 3 drop down and then clicking that. So I may even say, this is pretty good, but also have a primary download button for the full video with the captions built in. That's kind of segmented separately from the other helper related downloads. And instead of helper, I'm going to say editor related downloads. So I'm guessing in my head, what I would expect is a primary download and then like a horizontal rule, and then some additional editing download buttons that'll be put underneath. But we'll see what it kind of does. Okay, yeah, so it did exactly what I thought it would do. We have the full video, you can download it, but I'm going to say adding ability to download previously generated editor video assets. All right, and I'll add that one up. So this is pretty good. I think we'll, work on some more stuff in the next part of the video. Have a good day and happy coding.